Hey y'all, thank you very much for tuning in to another episode of our gaming adventure. So today we're going to be looking at one of the Inner Sphere Lance packs that comes from the recent Kickstarter that Catalyst Game Labs did for Battletech. This is the Inner Sphere Urban Lance, which contains 3 out of 4 of my absolute favourite mechs. And like I said, I did get these through the Kickstarter, so they are currently just coming onto the market in various sources. Check your local gaming shop if you're after them. Stock is going to be very tight though, so get them while you can. So without any further waffling, shall we crack this bad boy open and actually have a look inside the box? Okay, so we have the mechs themselves in their little plastic insert. And if we look inside here, we actually have the player cards. So we got the pilot cards on one side, and then a bunch of Alpha Strike cards for each one of the mechs by there. So I'm going to go biggest to smallest, and so that means we are starting with the Victor. Can you guys see that fine? Check that sculpt out. Now that is a really lovely sculpt. It's really crisp and clean. Lots of panel lines, lots of details, all that kind of stuff. Really nice sculpt. Not seeing any issues with it at all. My only issue with the Victor comes with the actual gameplay side of it. Now, in 3025 play, the Victor is one of my favourite mechs because it's a nice, big, beefy 80-ton mech. It's got an autocannon 20. It gets in close and absolutely beasts anything. It is really good in close combat. But when you get to the 3050 era, the clan invasion, the updates that they do for the clan invasion era are a bit they replace the autocannon 20 with a Gauss rifle, which is a nice little touch in my opinion. But then they replace the 2 medium lasers with 2 Inner Sphere medium pulse lasers. And my issue with them is Inner Sphere pulse lasers are absolute crap. Okay, they do an extra point of damage and they have the -2 to hit. But at the same time, they do an extra point of heat and they lose like 3 hexes of range. So in like 99% of situations, you would be better off taking a regular medium laser from 3025 over a medium pulse laser. And, that's not even touching the extended range medium pulse lasers that you can get. So the fact that all the 3050 designs have got medium pulse lasers, and all 3 of them are pretty much identical, it kind of makes the mech a bit crap. It's only when you get to like the Fedcom Civil Warrior that you start getting variants again that are actually useful. So for clan invasion era games, the Victor's a bit... but for 3025 and 3060 onwards, definitely one of my favourite mechs. Absolutely love the Victor to bits. So the next one we're going to look at is, in my opinion, a real beast, and that is the Enforcer. So let's bring that close for you guys to have a look at the sculpt. Can you see that? Okay, there we go, it's focused. Check that mech out. That is a really lovely design. Really tasty. I'm really loving this. A little bit of flash here and there for me to scrape off, but nothing major. And it does look like a nice beastie little medium mech. Now, if you're familiar with the Enforcer, it's a pretty decent mech in 3025, but when you get to 3050 and that, having that Gauss rifle and all them bloody lasers, and they're not pulse lasers, which, winner chicken dinner. This is, again, one of my favourite little skirmishing medium mechs. Absolutely love it to bits. Really looking forward to getting this one onto a tabletop, chucking some Gauss slugs downrange and really doing some damage. So that's really nice. Really, really nice little mech. Next up is a classic and one of my absolute favourites. Whenever I get a chance to play this, I do, is the Hunchback. The Inner Sphere Hunchback, if you're familiar with it, there is a clan version that has a cannon on each shoulder. But in my opinion, the Inner Sphere Hunchback is the classic. It is the design that I fell in love with. That single autocannon 20 on the shoulder, absolute. And I do actually have a classic Hunchback for you to see here. One I painted up many, many years ago in my old Merc unit colours. So check that out. You can see a marked difference in the sculpt. But I absolutely love the Hunchback. And like I said, it's got that great big autocannon and shoulder. Couple of medium lasers. Really nice beastie little mech. I'm really looking forward to getting this one painted up. And obviously there's so many different variants of this thing. You know, you got some with LOMs, you got some with, like, you know, just a whole bunch of medium lasers in the shoulder. And when you get to the 30-50, they got even more variants. So that is one of those lovely mechs that really does, you know, really does pull its weight in a game. And the final mech that we're getting in here is the Raven, which is one of my favourites, but is one of those mechs that has never really done much for me. Check that sculpt out. Lovely, lovely new sculpt. Really tasty little design. The Raven obviously is a light mech. Base design has got like an SRM6, 2 medium lasers, and a whole bunch of electronic warfare. I find it ironic that they're sticking the Raven in with 3 mechs that don't have LRMs, because, you know, a lot of its stuff is like things like, you know, the NARC probe, which, you know, hooks up with LRMs and that kind of stuff. But obviously there are variants that don't have all the electronics and just have a whole bunch of weapons, which is cool. But I do love the Raven design. I'm looking forward to getting that one painted up. So yeah, that is the contents of the Innisphere Urban Lands. Really love these mechs. Looking forward to getting them painted up. I will do an update video showing them all painted and fancy. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Also, I do now have a Discord server for my 2 YouTube channels. If you're interested, link is in the description below. So go check that out. Come chat to me, come chat to the other guys, come chat to Conifer. Other than that, you all have an excellent day, a most amazing weekend, and I will see you guys in the next video, okay? Take care, ta.